What is up, 8th grade? Mr. Ui here. This presentation is meant to tell you what you're supposed to accomplish today and what you're going to be turning in. So let's take a look. Today is very simple, boys and girls. Once you watch this video, you're going to be directed to Edpuzzle to watch an informational video about finding volume. Realize that volume is one of the last units that we're going to be covering this year, so definitely make sure you take and jot down some short notes about the formulas that they're going to present to you. Also on Edpuzzle, if you've got some time, there's some fun videos that I found about math that are pretty interesting. So if you got some time at the end of the period and you have nothing better to do, definitely try and see what those videos are talking about and if they're interesting to you. The second thing that you're going to want to accomplish here is the volume practice worksheet. I'll explain more about that later and when you need to turn that in. And last but not least, project work time is definitely something that you should take full advantage of, especially since the math year portfolio is something that should be in the front of your mind for finishing. So let's take a look. So here is the list of videos that you are going to be encountering on Edpuzzle. The mandatory video that you should see here is the one titled Math Antics, and it is mandatory for you to watch. So I'm going to be looking at the completion of that one, so you got to make sure that you watch it to its fullest capacity, as well as answer the questions that are involved there. Now, most of it is just prompting you to take notes, so wherever you can, take notes about the formulas that they give you for volume so that you can use them on the practice. The optional videos that I explained before are listed down below as well. So please make sure, if you've got time, to see if you find those pretty interesting. I found them and I just wanted to share them with you. So these are the Edpuzzle videos. The sheet that you are going to receive is pretty straightforward. So on the front are volumes of prisms, and on the back are volumes of cylinders. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you show all of your work and make sure that you turn it in before you leave. The work there isn't as substantial as making sure that you know how to find the volume. It's going to play a huge part in our end of the year project when you're creating those three-dimensional models. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't just commit this to memory, but you make sure that you understand what dimensions you need to find volume in these two circumstances, as well as making sure that you are prepared for finding volume of much more complicated shapes as we move forward. So number one, make sure that you show your work on this worksheet, as well as turning it in before you leave. So that is the only thing that you're turning in today before you leave class. You can, if you need to, definitely ask for help if you need it. But at any rate, just make sure that you turn that bad boy in before you leave. Last but not least, once you're done with everything, which I assume a lot of you will probably get pretty close to getting done with everything there, is use your time wisely at the end of the period. Like I said before, the math year portfolio is something that you should be continually plugging away on and making sure that all the requirements are met on each of those slides. So please make sure that you use that time at the end wisely and keep on plugging away on whatever you need to plug away on. So thank you for sitting through this video. Make sure you're being productive and make sure you get that work done. Thanks and peace.